Hello, welcome back. So in this video we are gonna add a background image to our home screen and a few CSS things like gradients and alternating background colors. So our home page starts feeling a little bit better. Let's get to it. So first we're gonna do what's called a hero section, and I don't know why it's called a hero, but we're gonna make this part after the head and the nav, this section, the welcome section, we're gonna make this our hero section. So let's name this section class hero, and then we are gonna do our little trick of wrapping this with the emmet shortcut, command palette, and then emmet wrap, and then we're gonna wrap in a div. So this hero content. So now we have a hero section, which is this, and a hero content inside of it. So this outer section hero, this is where we are gonna do our background. We're gonna do a background image on this full width background image, and then our hero content, we are gonna use it so the text is there, and then we are gonna add a little button, and let's see. So let's go work with on the CSS. So dot hero and background image, and we're gonna use our storefront for now because I don't have another image for now. So let's start with this one, and then a whole bunch of boilerplate I will explain in a bit. Background size cover, we already saw an example of this cover. Background position, center, let's see if it's not too big. 80 top and bottom, 20 left and right. Text align center, and color white. So the color white makes our text white, but still not quite visible. And our welcome is still with a dark color. We'll have to fix this, but let's keep going. So let's do an overlay on this image, and for these overlays we can do a div inside, but I'm gonna use a pseudo element to introduce it, and it's like this. So dot hero, and then here's the syntax, and the before means it inserts an element, like if it, imagine it's a div, but it's not a div, it's a element that only exists with the CSS, but inserts it before the hero content. That's why the before. So what does it insert? It inserts some content, but right now our content is gonna be nothing, empty content. But we need it. We need this content key value pair. If we were to do some content, it inserts it somewhere in there. Where is it? Can we see it? Here, do some content. Here it is white, but we cannot see it. Can you see it? Do some content. Here it is, but it's white. There it is, do some content. And I can't not select it because it's CSS. It inserted it before the content of the hero. So let me put the color white again and the image again and leave the content we are inserting to white. So this is kind of like a CSS trick. But then we can do some styling to this inserted position absolute in set zero background. And of course I Google all this, right? How to do the hero background image with a gradient. I don't know all this stuff by memory. Not yet. GBA 0.5, comma, RGBA, and then from this to the same, but with higher opacity. Well, before that, let me this inset means to insert or stretch this background, stretch this before content in the whole, stretch it to cover the entire hero container. So let's go. Let's continue. Oh, well, I forgot to mention this RGB. This is red, green, blue. This is the color. And this is the opacity. So it's at 50% opacity, and this is at 75% opacity with this slider. Right. All right. Let's continue working on the content. So hero slash content, now the h2 inside the hero, because that was still brown, so we needed the color and full white there. But this is still behind our gradient. We will, that's why it's not visible. We will fix that in a bit. And font size of 2.5 times the size of a regular text of a root, and the margin bottom of 16 pixels. And then let's do hero content, the paragraph of our hero content. Let's font size, no, not font family. Font size a little bit bigger than the regular text. Some margin bottom. Okay. So now let me insert for the whole hero content. That's why I placed it a little bit above. Let's do position relative z index of 1. So now it's visible. Why? Because this sends everything in the hero content on the very top of the image and of the linear gradient. Max width margin 0 top and bottom, and auto left and right. So centers it. So do you like it? Is it too dark? 0.5 to 0.25, 0.9 to 0.1. I don't know. How do you like it better? Do you like it like this? I am not sure. So now we're gonna add a little button here, a little call to action button inside our class hero content. Let's do an anchor tag, going to the menu for it, with a class of btn, and see the menu. Let's do this like this. So now we have an anchor tab that takes us to our menu. Let's style that. So we do dot btn. We named it btn for button. So let's display inline block. One of our variables. Let's see if this works. Now the text color. I never liked that the text color key is just color and not text color. Font family, and this is already on the internal. Arial. Let's do font weight of 600. Let's do padding 12 pixels top and bottom, and 28 pixels left and right. border a little roundness on the corners. And I think that's it. Super. So does this start to look like a web page? Okay, here's our proper hero. Now we are gonna do a little CSS separation, a little CSS trickery, so we can separate this from this, and let's try it. So in between our hero section and then where we are known section, we are gonna throw a little div in there. Dot, I'm gonna name it receipt edge. We are gonna try to simulate an edge of a coffee shop receipt, and it's empty. This is just for CSS styling. So let's go to our CSS, and so that div is just a container. So dot receipt edge, and we are gonna height of 24 pixels. Again, I Google all this. Background, no, background image, and then we are gonna do another linear gradient, two linear gradients, and this one's gonna be degrees. I'm just gonna copy paste some values I had prepared. So it's starting, and background, background position 0, 0. So this little zigzag thing is what we are going for. We will do this div, control copy, and then after the what we're known for section here, we are gonna add another one here, but then this one is receipt edge flip. So then on our CSS we do a dot scale y -1. So it does it, but so it does the same thing but upside down. So it's not very visible right now, but let's add some color to this section. So this whole section we encapsulated. We are gonna name it. Section alternate. And then this div that wraps the three cards. No, let me see. No, we're gonna do the wrap thing again. This section, we're gonna wrap all this stuff inside our section alt with the emmet trick command palette, and then emmet, and then we're gonna wrap all this inside a div. Yeah, and this div we are gonna name it class of section alt inner. Now we can style dot section alt background color, and then we do some, let's do that color. Padding 40 pixels and 0 right and left. Yeah. Section alt inner, and then we can max width of pixels, margin 0 top and bottom, and auto left and right. So it's centering trick. Padding 0 and 20 pixels. So was all this trickery worth it? So maybe a little bit darker, right? So this is 1/2. This is the other half. Anyways, so did you like the little zigzag trick I found? I don't know. And then the alternating background color, I think that one is nice, no? And we did the max width I don't think that's working. The max width is not working, is it? Section alt inner. Section. Yeah, so now this has a max width, so it does not go any further than this. So it was not working because I had a typo in the class name. Yeah, typical. So anyways, so this was background image, gradients, a little more tricks with the same gradients, and alternating background colors. So just some more CSSing for trying to make our coffee shop website a little nicer. What do you think? So anyways, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next one.